Welcome back to 843 TV. Joining us now is a face that really doesn't need an introduction, Mr. James Wedgeworth.
Well,
Good to
you.
see you as
It's
always.
Always great being here.
It's always great to see you, not in person, of course, but also your truck driving around with your big picture. I love that. That's great. I love that.
You can borrow it anytime you want to. Absolutely free.
Okay, I may take you up on that. Let's talk about your favorite subject, the housing market.
Yes.
We're 7 months now since Hurricane Matthew. Share with us how we have rebounded.
Okay. That's actually a great question, because that's the question people ask us. How long? The question everybody asks, what is the long-term effects and what are the short-term effects? And we always said we don't know the long-term effects. We knew the short-term effects for about the first 4 months. I basically tell people we absolutely lost a whole quarter. We lost 3 months. It's happened. But I think we've rebounded from that. We had a pretty strong March and April, which are good news. And we're nowhere near back to 2005 pricing. You know, it's going to take us a while to get there. But I think the short-term effects have been eliminated. The town and the plantations have done a great job. I mean, if you went to the golf tournament, you would have not known that we had a hurricane.
For sure, absolutely. And the golf tournament is no better time to showcase the beauty of our island and just all the homes and sea pines and all those guests. So, which brings us to our next subject, talking about the heritage and how that might affect our market.
Oh, okay. It's been the opinion of most people that this was one of the most successful RBC sponsored by Bowen Heritage golf tournaments that we've had. This is the first time in a while where I've seen where we had 4 days of perfect weather. The rule of thumb the rule of thumb is you have 3 days of good weather and 1 day bad weather, but this is 4 days of absolute perfect weather. The people seem to enjoy the tournament. I always remind people that we as realtors could never afford the advertising that we get on national television. If you had to go out and buy that advertising, if the Chamber of Commerce or Sea Pines had to go buy that advertising, the budget, you just couldn't handle it. So I've always said that the long-term positive effects of the golf tournament are the free publicity that we get because of the tournament, and the number of people that see it on TV and say, well, I like to go there on vacation. They come here on vacation, fall in love with it, and the rest is history.
When I watch the tournament on the CBS station on the weekend, I always say, wow, wouldn't it be nice to live there? And it's beautiful, so absolutely.
So I heard that the market is typically strongest, in the spring. Is that still the case, or are we, because of the hurricane, pushed back?
No, historically, March and April are the best 2 months of the year. I've been here 36 years, and that's been true for 36 years, and I think it always will be. There's some reasons, obviously, that it is. But you have certain times of year that you're busier. You're busy in March, you're busy in April. Normally, May's a very slow month. It's a beautiful month, but it's kind of what we call the in-between month. You know, the spring crowd's gone.
I kind of like that part about it.
I know, it's beautiful weather and it's not so crowded.
Not so crowded, but we pick back up the middle of June. So you're busy in March and April, then you're busy. We have what we call the June 15th to August 15th, that 2 months where you have a lot of people here on vacation, and that's really good for the market because those people come on vacation and say, wow, wouldn't it be, instead of renting a place, why don't we just buy a place?
Right.
So May's a little slow down, then it picks back up. So.
It's just out of curiosity, which area of the market, because I know for a while we were seeing sort of the supply of anything under 600,000 was zero. I mean, what's it looking like now? Is that still a hot spot?
It's still a hot spot. I'd modify that a little. Anything, you know, between 350 and 500 is extremely active. Get above 500, it slows down a little bit. You get above 7 million, it slows down more. And unfortunately, the top end of the market is still a little slower. By top end, I mean $1 million or above. That market, for whatever reason, and I haven't been able to figure out why yet, and if I figure it out, I'll give through you a call and let you know.
It could just be that a lot of people don't have $1 million+ chips. I mean, it might be simple.
What about the condo market? How's that looking?
The condo market has not rebounded yet. The house market, single-family homes are doing better than condos are. And I think that's because the second home market, which is most people when they buy a condo, they're buying a second home, a vacation home. That segment of the market has been a little slower. I hope it rebounds. It should. But
So,
yeah.
do you think the president's proposed tax cuts will have an effect on the market?
Oh my gosh, that will have a very positive long-term effect on the market. I'm not here to talk about politics, but I do think that any tax cuts are going to have a positive effect because most of the people that purchase second homes or first homes on Hilton Head are in the upper tax bracket. So if they get a tax cut, they're going to spend that money. They're not going to stick it in a shoebox. They're not going to do like one of my relatives did and stuck it in the mattress.
Right.
You know? But they will spend that money.
James, let's talk about Sea Pines. There's some capital projects going to be happening there. Sea Pines is, you know, sort of the big known area. How do you think those projects are going to affect the market in Sea Pines?
Let me answer that this way. Anybody knows that that's going to have a positive effect on the Sea Pines market. Anytime you build, there's new beach clubs, Plantation Club, the Harbortown Clubhouse, those have a very positive effect. I personally think that that will have a positive effect on the entire market. It's just not going to affect Sea Pines. I think it's going to affect Palmetto Dunes, Port Royal, North Forest Beach. I think it will have a positive long-term effect on the oil market, and I'm very pleased they're doing it.
Yeah.
We needed that. Hilton Head
Yeah.
was just a tad tired, and we needed that new influx of capital.
They've done
Exactly.
so much. It's beautiful.
Yes, I agree, and it's looking beautiful, and we look forward to seeing the new things coming. We look forward to talking with you again
I love
on
it.
a future show of 843 TV. Thank you, ladies, and thank you all for joining us today for another segment of 843 TV, where communities come to speak.